People dabbing? What's going on? Hello and welcome to another episode of Candlekeep Mystery. We are
Yay!
the Rollers of Fate, and we're back again, once again, to take our wonderful players on another adventure. We have Luke here, Andy, Ross, and David. Say hi, everyone.
Yo,
Hi everyone.
Hello. Hello. And as always, my co-DM, Cisco. Unfortunately, we are missing Matthew, and for now, he will not be joining us in the game, but we hope that he can return back to us very, very soon because I'm pretty sure the team's going to miss Pyramid for a little while. But and hopefully we can get him back into the game as soon as possible. But for now, he will not be here. But before we jump into the game tonight, anyway, we want to make a couple of announcements. Those who are new to the stream and want to watch our previous episode, please go to our Twitch or YouTube channel, which you can find at rollers_of_fate. And you can find all our previous episodes of Candlekeep Mysteries and also our Strat campaign, Dining in Barovia, which airs on Sundays and is DM'd by Cisco.
yay! Barovia!
Barovia.
Rock!
Those who want to send us any fan art, please send it to rollersoffatednd@gmail.com. And finally, we have a Twitter channel if you want to follow us and keep up with the news. That's rollers_of_fate_dnd. And you can, if we have any we'll have up-to-date news about the streams and also D&D related news. Apart from that, it's been a couple of weeks. We weren't here last week, but we hope to continue on and see where this party gets through today. But without further ado, let us see what mysteries shall be revealed today. All right. So, buried deep in lies and the truth we seek, we twist and bend it only to reveal a glimpse. But what choice do you have when a circle is drawn and the truth is what can only be told? In the last session, our party found themselves in a magnificent mansion, searching around trying to find their way out. Slowly, they found the Mordekaiden book, the book with the spine with multiple letters. As they searched around, they found themselves attacked by bookshelves, as well as flying swords. And eventually, they found themselves with 7 books. They thought of words. Brittany was in one of them. However, eventually, Bryn, as he was walking back to the main foyer, the long corridor, he said the word liberty. And as the word was said, a portal once again appeared, and they find themselves looking into the room they had once come from. And as we jump into the game today, I will describe the room for you from your visual point. And as it opens up, you begin to see the room is layout very, very similar to what you left. However, you do not see Mateus. You do not see anything broken or scattered. You see very less books on the side, just a couple of books that were there from before. All the books that were on the table that were scattered there, they have all been cleared up. But on the where you guys came from, there is actually a door there now. So the study of the door is shut. So I ask you all now, what would you all like to do?
Has that door, the door was just not there before, it's been sort of attached, sort of fitted in, yeah?
The door was there, but it was open.
Okay, so no real.
Do we remember that door being there, open or closed?
It was open when you came through, but then now it is closed.
How long do you suppose we've been gone?
Well, how long did we sleep for? about 8 hours, maybe.
8 hours, yeah.
Those who want
I
to
mean-
remember, make a history check if you want.
God damn it! I have it marked on my notes all the time. I don't want to make it seem like I'm actually as smart as I do. History, did you say?
That's correct.
Yes.
We're off to a good start.
Hey, I think I've just like how crap my history is. I think I just got the best roll I could get. 12. So
Bryn, you kind of think it's been about 8 hours, 9 hours, but Bruce, you've kept track. It's been about 12 hours in total, with all your long rests, investigating the whole place, and reaching where you are now.
Hey, listen, everyone. My brain is like a steel trap. I don't forget anything. It was 12 hours for us.
right.
So,
So almost 2 weeks.
Mateus, who was gone for, he thought, how long did he think he was gone? And he was gone for days.
2
2 hours, right?
2 hours was a few days.
Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Bruce walks up the door to open it.
All right. As you open the door, and you open it, it is locked.
I
However,
would like. Oh, sorry, carry on.
However, as you do turn it, you do see some sort of shimmer of some sort of magical energy. Those who are proficient in Arcana, please make an Arcana check.
That's a shiny door.
How do I know? Am I? No. No, I'm
You
not.
have a
Shiny.
little dot. You have a little dot next
Did
to
you
it,
say
yeah.
Oh,
shiny?
yeah.
Yeah. Look at the way it shimmers when I touch the handle. Look at that.
Kill the door.
No one is in proficient with Arcana? I don't think they are.
No.
That's me being proficient in Arcana.
I would like to cast open door.
I mean, up to you, but you want to allow the people who actually are spellcasters to do the check?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think spellcasters. Go ahead. Just for the.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
That-
just all the spellcasters do it.
Do I count as one yet?
It
Or
says the advantage, my bad.
Yeah, I say.
'Cause I'm-
Yeah, of course. You can cast spells.
because yeah.
Might be
Okay.
not in your
I'll do it.
domain, but it's still something.
Why do I
rolled
get a
with
crit on
advantage.
that?
Oh,
Well, that will do it.
Bryn at it again. As Dorothy and Aki stand there inspecting what just happened, Bryn, you've seen this magic before, and it is probably used to secure places to make sure no one either enters or leaves. But it's to make sure that whoever attempts, there is some sort of trigger or an alarm that goes off, letting said person to know that something has happened.
I think we shouldn't touch it. It seems to be some form of security magic. I think it may cause some trouble.
So security will come if we try and get out the door.
Wait a minute.
Why is that not good?
Shiny
well-
lights, security.
Let me try opening the door. Perriman walks up to the door and tries kicking
Oh
it.
god!
You hear a big thud. Should I use my great axe?
I've a better idea. Perriman, I'm going to use you as a battering ram. How about it?
Yeah, okay, we can try.
Superb. Lead with the axe, not your head.
Oh.
It depends what's heavy anyway. I pick up Perriman.
Okay.
Oh dear.
I will say make an athletics check to see how hard you can hit the door with Perriman.
Is Perriman assisting me in
Yes,
this?
he is. Sure.
Oh, does that mean I get advantage?
yes, it does.
Oh, yay!
He's,
That's one.
he's clenching. That's what he's.
Yeah!
All right. you prepare for this, but you realize you don't have enough space, so you move the desk that's in the middle of the study room out the way.
Of
You pick up
course, safety first.
you pick up Paramin. He's standing there with his battle axe forward, quite close to his face, but not facing towards him. And as you stand there, you see Bruce just take one step back, and then. And as he hits it, Paramin starts trying to chop into the thing. You hit it couple of times, and as it does, you see some of the wood on the door begin to chip away. And as you kind of pull back, you see the door begin to kind of repair itself.
Oh, well, that's interesting. I need to hit this thing faster.
You think?
Yes,
I don't know.
I do think.
What if Paramin breaks, though?
Paramin, are you all right?
Yeah, let's keep going.
All right, then. I go to swing again.
Can I insight check Paramin to see if he's actually all right?
Yeah, go ahead.
As you're looking at him, staring at him, he will try to stop the door with the dagger. Stop the door!
Back to my crappy rolls. We're back at 13.
I mean, he's not going headfirst into it. He's just being an extended weapon for Bruce, who's chopping
enough.
away.
Of course. I'm all about safety. Now get me where I'm going to use him as a weapon for this door.
I'm just going to sit back and watch.
All right. And this time, as you use your entire force into the door, you hear and crack, and there's a big wedge in the middle of the door. Unfortunately, it's not coming off its hinges, but as you pull back, you do see the door slowly repairing itself again, but he's given you enough space to be able to look through and past it.
Okay, I'll roll perception, please. I'll drop Paramin. Perception.
All right. As you put him down and you look through, immediately in front of you, you see a very familiar face. A very dark-skinned, bold. His eyes are white iris, and you have met him before when you first entered Candlekeep. And as he stands there looking at you, he says, "I would recommend that you put your weapons down, all of you, and
I've
take a
already
step
did that.
back."
He's on the floor right now. What is this guy's name again?
Is it Kalan Strong Branch?
It is Kalan Strongbranch.
It is.
And as you look past him, you see multiple sages currently standing there in some sort of kind of offensive stance with spell books as well as arcane focuses. They're all aiming towards the door and you.
Hold
I
back,
raise
hold
my hand
back.
and go. I wave. Hello?
I will not warn you again. Put down all your weapons and take a step back. If we need to, we will use force. Do you all comply?
There's a lot of mean words there as he steps back.
Do we all hear this?
You do.
You might want to step back,
Okay.
everyone.
I did say not to, and I'll put my weapons away.
You hear the door and then open up, and as it opens up, the rest of you see this, and you do see the gentleman there, Kalan Strongbranch. You remember him as being one of the gate wardens and the protector of Candlekeep as well. And him being here in front of you, it seems like the situation is quite serious. He looks at all of you one by one, looks towards Bryn, and he says, "I said, put the weapons down, not sheath them."
I'll keep my weapons with me, okay? I've been trapped in a portal for a few days. I'll keep them with me.
So you say you have. This is all curious that you have found yourself here. It's been over 2 weeks since we found the body of Matthias, and 2 weeks since you have returned. I'm unsure what has happened to you. We will get to the bottom of this. You want to keep your
Matthias is
weapon?
dead?
Hmm?
Matthias is dead?
We saw him yesterday.
Not according to them. We've been in a place where time is a bit weird. Remember?
Hmm.
I mean, he wasn't happy when we saw. He wasn't dead. There was a kind of a scream and a holding the door open, and then not so much. And
Aki,
what's wrong with him?
Aki.
What happened to him? Well,
When he got us, we all killed.
So you say this could be all lies, trying to deceive us to prove your innocence. But the great readers and the first reader will make sure that you are telling the truth. But for now, we must take you.
Does that mean we have to go to prison again?
What do you mean
Again.
again?
Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
nothing. It's fine.
Curious.
I think this is a terrible misunderstanding, but I guess if you let us explain, then we are willing to comply, right? We don't mean any
Yes,
harm to
definitely.
anyone.
You will get the chance to explain whatever you wish to. But for now, if you resist, we will take action. Do you comply?
Sure.
Yes. I told you on the way in I didn't like this guy.
Well, it seems like you are all complying apart from you. And you as well, little one. Don't call me little one. Perriman kind of looks around. I would like you all. Well, he'll look to all of you. Make a persuasion check to convince Perriman to put his weapon down.
Perriman,
Come on, Perry. Oh,
understand
fancy
of your
head.
temper, but don't be a fucking idiot.
Now is not the time for the knives.
Yeah, so we should probably comply as best as possible.
Well, if Bryn puts his weapon down, I'll put it down.
Fine, and I'll drop the axe and the sword.
All right. And he puts his axe down. He puts his dagger down. He puts the golden gold cutter down. He's just slowly taking out all these weapons. He takes an axe, puts that down. Javelin, puts that down. And after a while, he's just standing there like a little patch of weapons just in front of me, in front of him. And you wonder where was he carrying all this? And as you do, you see these sages start stepping in and slowly begin to take all your belongings around you. And
We want those back as soon as possible, as soon as it's slid up.
Do they attempt to take? Let me just bring up the character sheet. Do they attempt to take the bear claw that I have on my person?
if no, it's just your weapons and your bags for now. They don't take any like chains or anything like that on you. No.
Okay, just wanted to clarify that.
One of the wizards say to you,
Well, the weapons will be returned depending of the outcome of this. But yes, don't worry, we will not keep your weapons.
like an orc kind of looking wizard.
See that again, Cisco?
That there is an orc wizard that says,
If you, the weapons will be returned depending of the outcome of this. Don't worry, we do not want your weapons.
The orc doesn't want weapons.
All right. And then he stands there in front of you.
Do we need the manacles, Callan?
They have complied. There is no need for them. But they must understand that they will be kept. It is kept, not per se a prison, but somewhere that they cannot escape. And if they try to, there will be consequence.
That is a prison.
Sounds a lot like a
that's
prison.
it's exactly a prison.
Well, if you prove your innocence, then you are said to be free.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then let's waste no time. I
Indeed.
am a busy woman, and I don't like manacles on my dainty hands. So let's rather prove our innocence rather quick.
You see him kind of doing a motion that you've seen before, and in front of you, again, another portal appears. Step through.
I don't wanna.
We did this once already, and we were gone for 2 weeks. Can we not just
This is what
walk?
No,
this is what got us into this
Yeah.
problem.
we do not want you to disturb the other residents within Candlekeep. Step through. This will take you somewhere.
Fine. Bruce walks through.
I want an inside check.
Okay. Make an insight check.
Too late
Just-
for Bruce.
To see if they are telling the truth, obviously, or if they are maybe abducting us into somewhere else.
Huh? It's pretty good insight. You look around. There are definitely Candlekeep sages around, and obviously you've met this person before. And what do you think? What you feel like he's complying as you have complied, and you've been you've done what he's asked. You don't seem like he's lying to you in such a way, but he is definitely cautious of you, and where he's taking you is probably some sort of kind of place that he can keep you, or a lockup of some sort. Obviously, there has been there has been a murder, so they don't know if it is you guys. So they're just taking as many precautions as possible. That's what you get.
Okay. I step through.
All right.
Aki will follow, but casts thaumaturgy to make them all sound like they fart really loudly just out of spite.
As you're gonna cast thaumaturgy, you will see that the orc kind of like quickly flicks his wand and counter spells whatever you were casting. And he says,
Don't play tricks
Aw.
on me. This is a serious one. No magic here.
Wasted a counter spell on that. Damn.
Such a party
Fine.
pooper.
What shit?
That was good, Dorothy. That was good. I'm coming.
All right. You first, Bryn.
Yeah, also just go walking as well. I'm just not happy about the situation.
And Paramin follows you as well, kind of reluctantly, but steps through. And as you all step through, you do find yourself in some sort of lockup. But it looks like a very, very old, musty, damp area, perhaps underneath Candlekeep itself. There are very, very old books here that you can also see through the bars that are in front of you. As you all step through, the portal shuts, and you are left in there all by yourself. You do see that the floor underneath you is made of stone, and it is wet as well, as if that this. You can hear the drips and the drops from the area of this place.
It smells worse than Westgate.
Smells of
that-
very old books.
It's actually impressive that it smells worse than that shithole. Oh no, you're not going to a prison. It's not like that at all. And we go, well, it looks like a prison, it acts like a prison, it sounds like a prison. It's a fucking prison.
Oh, bars.
First time for everything. Never been in a prison before, or at least on the bad end.
Well, how far? You said there was books beyond the bars.
There are books there. It looks like it is like a long corridor with books all the way through, like you are in like some sort of catacomb, but just filled with books.
A little too familiar with being in prison and thinking time's gonna have to be passed here. Aki will try and cast Mage Hand and just grab a book.
Mm-hmm. As you cast Mage Hand, when you reach out, you grab a book. It is there.
What kind of book have I found?
As you bring it close to you and you begin opening and thing, it is very, very old text. Talks about battle history, battles in the past within Faerham. Probably it's just a very, very old history book.
Boring. Throw it away.
Your book.
Hate prison.
Oh, I guess. I'm gonna cast light to brighten up the place a bit, just because I know it's probably a bit dim light-wise. So
The whole area around this place begins to light up, and you begin to see that this long kind of catacomb corridor goes on for a very, very long way down. And as you look towards the end, I would like everyone to make a perception check.
While we're doing that, Bruce sort of sidles over to Aki and says, "Now, I know an artist shouldn't repeat themselves, but those things," he points to the books, "look just a little bit flammable, don't they? Just in case."
Yeah. I mean, look at me is going to work really well in here, but there's not a door like there was before.
All I'm saying is we just keep our options open.
As you say that, Bruce, you all hear a voice coming down through the corridor, and you hear, "I would not do that if I was you.
He's got super hearing. I was whispering, oh no.
And as you kind of look down the corridor, you begin to see something approach you, and it is not a humanoid. It is almost spectral, green glow that is kind of permeating pushing your light away a little bit and glowing against the books. And as it gets closer and closer, you begin to see the shape of it. Its head, probably a gargantuan head, moving slowly towards you. And as it does, you begin to see its large claws moving towards you. And the shape of a dragon comes, so big, and comes and stops right in front of you. It turns his head and looks inside, inspecting each and one of you. And from this close you see it is a spectral dragon.
Aki, is that what like a bastard born baby you and me will look like? It's green, but it's a dragon.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's
I
what
would-
you see.
I
Actually.
guess he's got your beard.
He does as well. Look at that.
Trying
Hello?
to be funny, are you?
Am I succeeding?
Pathetic.
Yeah. I think I might just stop talking now. I'm gonna go back in the corner.
Can I divine sense this thing? Maybe detect some good and evil.
Oh yes, you may. As you cast Detect Good and Evil.
Actually, you cast Divine Sense.
Divine
But
Sense.
Yes, divine sense. It just says, as an action, you can detect good and evil. So I'm using that portion of the sense.
like a limeny kind of thing, rather.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you will detect as well that he's undead as well, definitely.
But in terms of alignment, you would say it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was with a question mark.
Sure.
Good.
Okay. I will
That is
also be worried, but
Spider-Verse.
step back a bit and just say, "Hey, Aki, you know how to swear at him. Don't do that."
Yeah.
You threaten
The
to burn my books.
Oh, that that wouldn't be that wouldn't be directed at me, would it? Now, eh, eh, eh.
He just stares at you and
Oh,
doesn't say anything.
oh shit.
I want to step forward and say, well, anyway, maybe you want to introduce yourself to us first.
I am Miriam, and these are my books. This is my hoard. You dare disturb me here and threaten my book, I will destroy you.
I want to catch the name again. What was it?
Miriam.
Miriam.
Miirym.
We weren't here by choice. We were put here, and I don't think we intended to. I think my friend here, I point at Bruce, was just sort of a bit angry about being forced here. We don't actually mean to intend to destroy anything. We just kind of want to leave.
You see it move to the side of you, away from your visual, and kind of as it moves, it goes through the books itself and the shelves, and to the side until it disappears. And then, after a little while, his head goes through the wall and looks straight down towards you, Bryn. Takes a sniff at you, and another.
I don't smell bad, do I?
Yeah, well, it depends. We've been gone kind of long.
Yeah.
His head retreats back, and then you hear it kind of again come in front of you as it kind of walks past you, and then you see its tail kind of hit against the railing, and you expect it to go through, but it goes ting, 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 ting.
I so don't know what to do with ghosts. You'd think I'd know how to talk to dragons.
You think?
Well, I wasn't going to assume anything, but yeah.
Well, maybe let's just continue the conversation until they interrupted me by introducing themselves. But
It looks it looks at Aki. Aki, do you have a tail?
Nope.
It looks at you, and its head now comes closer to you, inspecting you, and looking at that you don't have a tail. And his teeth begin to show in front of you, snarling at you, and you could feel this kind of toxic breath kind of permeating towards you. And as it does, it begins to kind of open its mouth, and you hear from a distance, Miriam, that is enough. Go away. He turns around rapidly, and there you see, walking towards you, is Kalan, as well as multiple mages down the corridor. It turns his head and kind of looks back towards the both of you, and then kind of turns away and walks past the books away. Before you hear the small before it disappears.
What was that thing that its tail bumped against that it probably shouldn't have?
It was the bars. It was the bars in front of you.
Right. Okay then. What happened with its tail? Why did that not work?
Oh. Why did he look at me like that?
Maybe it's not fully dead.
I mean, that's a fair point. Are you the
I don't
paladin?
know.
So, what's he got against me? I just stood here.
Um,
Hmm.
I don't know, man. But he seems slightly okay. Like I didn't get much. Like the divine don't think he's or she or they. I don't really know. I don't think they're like going to hurt us. Hopefully not.
They didn't smell his breath.
Speak for yourself.
Well, he certainly tried to intimidate us. That's not very nice.
I think he succeeded.
You can.
Yeah, go
Sorry,
on.
Mo.
Yeah, go, Cisco.
You can also hear all the time since you've been here. You hear all this chanting coming from the very far away. It's just like a. It sounds like a person just chanting something, like constantly. It doesn't stop. As well,
Hmm.
it's a background.
Could I roll perception on that, please?
Sure.
Oh, come on.
Go on, Cisco.
What did you get?
5.
5.
Ne-
Okay. With a 5,
natural one.
you recognize that there is more than one person chanting, but that's as much as you get.
Yeah.
You see Kalan approaching, and then he said, I see that you have met Miriam.
Yeah.
Met?
We've met him, or they, or she. We've met.
Not much of a host.
Well, the only reason that they would approach you if you had said or threatened her in a way.
Threatened a dragon. Such absurd.
You see,
Yeah, we
you see
did.
Kalan doesn't smile at all while you say that.
Just what threatens a dragon that walks through walls? Can I do something that threatens a dragon that walks through walls?
I would suggest you do not. It may be the last breath that you probably would take. She does not take kindly to threats and jokes. You are lucky it is bound here. If it had its own will, you would be gone already. But fear not, justice will prevail here, and the great readers are ready for you. Are you ready?
Well, yeah. I
As
don't want
much
to
as I want
stay
to be.
here.
No,
Don't
I am
know
not ready.
anymore.
I would like a shirt, please. Because Bruce is
Oh.
still not wearing a shirt, having to be blasted off his body by a bad case of friendly fire. I would like a shirt, please, and I'd like to know who my cat is.
Image.
Yes, there was a cat in that room. It has been taken, it has been looked after, cared for. We didn't realize that it was there, didn't realize it was yours. But if you are proved innocent, then your cat will be returned to you, as well as clothing will be provided. But if you are guilty, then you will suffer the consequences.
Oh, so you have to stay topless for the whole trial?
I suppose so.
Well, we
Well,
can
damn shame. Such a shame.
As you
we
all,
can yeah.
Go on.
I was gonna say we can use it as when we get out of this situation, we can use it as evidence as the torment we've been provided by the house. Because you've lost you've lost part of yourself, and I think, given the right person, I think we could make them believe it was your favorite body part.
You may
make a good point.
My coat was my favorite body part.
You can make your case when you are in front of the Great Reader and the First Reader themselves. If you are ready, at this point when he says if you are ready, you hear like pitter-patter footsteps as around the corner a halfling comes walking towards you with a beard and glasses, and there comes Gorin running towards you.
Oh! Hey, be kind to the guys, please.
Gorin, what are you
This
doing
is a-
here?
I'm sorry. I know I'm not supposed to come, but I'm concerned with the guys.
Well,
This is a very curious way to get out of paying someone for
It is,
going into a
yes.
portal.
It is somewhat convoluted. I learned that word a few weeks ago.
paying you? What do you mean?
Why do you think? Do we look bookish to you?
I do not know your reason to here. Gorin brought you here, and he has said that you were helping him. If he has paid you, then so be it. You are not receiving any payments from me, and if certainly not from Candlekeep, from what I know.
I think it's all a misunderstanding.
It's good that you're here as well. The great reader and first readers will, the great readers and the first reader will probably want you there as well to witness what happens.
Oh dear.
I told
The
you in the
manager.
beginning.
Yes. Let's go see the manager.
Very well. I warned you before, Gorin, that whatever happens, it will be on your head.
You see Gorin looking like super scared, really. Like he's looking up to everywhere, thinking like, "Oh damn! I mean, so much shit here as well." Oh, okay. Sure. I'm sure the master reader would understand them. Yes.
He opens. You see one of the mages, sages opens the cage. I mean the lock, and it opens up. Follow me.
As we're leaving, Bruce would like to pick up that history book that Aki placed back. I'm assuming he put on the floor because he's like boring.
Mhm.
And I'd like to do it quietly.
What do you want to do with it?
I just want to sort of take it with me.
You're going to take that book with you. Okay. Make a sleight of hand check. As you pick up the book, put it in your well, where are you keeping it?
Sorry, tuck it in the side of inside of my breeks.
Okay, as you tuck it in the side of your breeks and you begin to walk, you kind of walk down, nothing really stopping you or saying anything. No one's really seeing you as well. And you come to where there is this stairs that kind of begin to lead up. And just as you get to the kind of the stairs area, immediately out of nowhere you see the dragon's head come from the side and kind of begin looking around. And then you hear Kalan say, "What is wrong, Miriam? Someone here has something that belongs to me." And you see Kalan kind of look at you all.
As soon as the dragon says that, because Bruce has heard this, he immediately goes, "Miriam, you lost this. I'd like to return it to you." And no offense meant earlier with my japes.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
Andy, what's your new backup character like?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Right, okay.
I have been seriously considering what that backup character might be, and
You may want to speed up those things. You want to speed them up.
As you reach out with your hand with the book there, you see it kind of look at you. Its eyes begin to widen and the slits begin to kind of narrow. You see a fuming, like from its mouth, fumes begin to kind of come out of his thing. You see Kalan kind of begin to take a step back, as well as a whole lot of mages, as it turns towards you, and as it comes towards you, its mouth wide through the whole corridor that you guys are in. You all begin to step back, and Bruce, it comes towards your hand, and as it does, it brings it down and then gently grabs it between its teeth and pulls it away.
Okay, I don't clench now.
And as it does, it kind of looks away and walks away from your view and your vision. And Kalan
He's a big soft, eh?
It's it, no harm done. It's all right. It's all right. It all came out in the wash.
Let's not. Until we leave this place, eh? Let's not make fun of Dragon.
Kalan looks towards Gorin and just shakes his head and begins walking up the steps. And as you follow, as you follow suit, and you begin walking up
Actually-
these steps. Yeah, go on.
Before they get all the way up, Goring will get a little bit close to the group with attempt to speak to them if Kalan allows him.
You're walking next to them. They're not shackled or anything like that, but you do have a few mages, sages around you that are with you.
Yeah,
Escorting
he
you.
he just says,
Oh, I'm sorry that this is happening to you, but just try to say the truth. Don't do any weird things. This could be very dangerous. You don't want to stay here in the catacombs forever. I'm sorry this is happening, but we have to get to the middle of it. There has been a crime, and we have to figure it out. I'm sorry. Are you okay?
Gorin,
Yeah.
I would like some extra when we're paid, please.
I mean,
I think we all would.
yeah, I mean, assuming you're not the killers, well, yeah.
Fine, you've spent weeks with us. You know we're not.
I want a new coat.
Yeah, it was
And-
a 10-day, yeah.
Yes,
kind of
we all.
You see that Gorin looks back towards Kalan 1 second, like he doesn't want to get too, without having to do an inside check, you can see that he doesn't want to get too involved on the whys and whens, just in case things go wrong for you.
Yes.
While
I'll
we're
do.
walking, oh sorry, I'm interrupting you there. Carry on.
No, it's okay. Just I'll do whatever I can. I promise.
While we're walking to wherever this trial is taking place, I'd like to. Would it be an insight check? I want to try and size up Kalarn to see how tough he is relative to us, like because he walks around like he owns the place. I want to know if that's like well justified, that kind of thing.
Indeed, of course. Go ahead and make an insight check.
10.
Never mind.
And that's be a level 20 Eldritch Knight.
He walks around. What I'll tell you from that is, as he escorts you all up, he's very, very vigilant. And to think about it, when he's looked at all of you, you've never seen him blink once. His eyes are always wide open, and he's always observing, looking around, and looking to see if there's anything suspicious kind of going on. It seems like he is probably he's a bit disappointed in a way that whatever had happened a few weeks ago, it seems like he is kind of upset under his protection that this has happened, but at the same time he does do things by the book. And compared to the way he's walking and the dress and stuff like that he's wearing as well, he does look far superior than all the other mages that you saw before. And you think,
Right, so he's-
and you think that when Aki cast a spell and you saw one of the wizards just cast a counter spell, you may know that this person he didn't do anything. Probably he knew what Aki was doing, but he doesn't he knows, he is very perceptive on when he is in danger. But you can't tell how powerful he is, as per se.
all right. So I want to try and get an idea of in my head. So he's a mage. He's not like a fighter or something. Okay, got you. and probably quite formidable.
Yeah, you've seen him use magic in front of you. He's used a portal to get you guys to where you guys are, and he seems like you, I would say give me an Arcana check in terms of if you have noticed where this portal spell is and how powerful it is.
Why am I getting the good rolls?
With a plus
on
0,
these?
it's pretty good.
Yeah, like,
I won't
especially.
roll. Bruce would have no idea about Arcana or
Yeah,
magic.
amazing.
All right, so Dorothy and Aki, you know that the spell is a very high level spell. But Bryn, you would know that this is an arcane gate, which allows you to go from one place to another. And that's a very, let's say, out of game. What level spell is that? Let me.
I believe it's 5. Let me just double check.
That is a 6th level spell.
6. Okay, cool.
Right. Interesting.
But yes, and as you, is there anything else that you wanted to discern? Anyone else as well?
I'd like to ask Gordon. Was the last time we saw you, were you not going where we're just going now?
Corey?
Gordon, you're in
Sorry,
trouble with these guys this much?
I'm not in trouble. I mean, I did say that I will take responsibility for you, but this has come out of my hands. I'm sorry.
What
But
kind of
yes.
guy is this first reader?
Oh, he's a kind gentleman.
and you'll see that he looks back towards the rest of the others.
Oh, okay.
I'd
Yeah.
like to insight that, please.
I mean,
Unless, of course, I'm
you
not as
don't, you don't really
many-
have to. I think you will figure it out as well. Like,
Sure, yeah, I'll just leave it then.
I often find kind gentlemen have dungeons all the time.
Yes, he can be a bit strict. Strict, yeah, that's the word. But discipline is important in a place like this. You must understand.
Bruce,
Yes.
we don't have a good history with strict people.
No, I can't say we do. Or dragons, for that matter. Oh, I think
Okay.
he likes me playing now. I think he likes me now. I did return to him his book.
We are here. And you see him take you down a small corridor into these huge, large double doors. And he'll say, "You will stand within the circle and wait for instructions." And opens the door in front of you, one of them, and gestures you all to go in.
Oh, well, you insist.
Yeah,
Have to.
I guess you just walk through then.
You see Perriman kind of grunt and follows you all. And as you all kind of step through, you see him from behind. He doesn't step through. He doesn't tell Gorin to step through either. And the doors shut behind you. In front of you, you see a risen platform, which is a circular. On each of the 4 sides, I guess, or the circle, there are mages. They've got robes on, cloaks, and in the middle is just a platform, which is kind of lit. One of the mages kind of tells you to step onto the platform itself.
Okay, doke.
Yep. I'll
Yeah.
jump on.
Okay. I guess Aki walks on just uncomfortably close to one of the mages. Doesn't like being told what to do this much.
As you all kind of step through, you begin to hear, I guess, chairs moving, but you can't see at the moment. It's quite dark, and even those with dark vision can't see in the distance of where these sounds are coming. But you see like sounds of tables or chairs or something moving around. And as you do, you you see Gorin actually appear with magical light kind of pointing towards him in some sort of kind of seat or a stand, and he sits down there, and so does Nikolan as well as he sits there. And then above you guys and surrounding you, you begin to see coming out of the kind of the shadows are several people. As you look around, there are 12 people, 6 around one side, 6 on the other, and then in the middle there is a chair which is empty at the moment. The ones surrounding you at the moment, they look well dressed compared to any of the other mages that you have seen. Some are heavily robed as well, and some of them have some sort of kind of holding some sort of religious kind of items in their hands of some sort of prayer. Others have a couple of books on their tables in front of them. And I'll quickly go and describe each of them that you see from there. So from the far left, you see a human. That person is actually holding some sort of religious item in her hand. Those who want to kind of perceive of what that is, please make a religion check. All right.
15.
Who else? Am I missing someone? There we go. Okay, so Bryn and Dorothy, you immediately realize, or recognize, I should say, that this person has a holy symbol of Ogma, and you would know that as the god of knowledge. The next person next to them is a dragonborn, bronze-colored. They're just kind of sitting there with, you see them kind of stern looking, kind of looking down. Probably Aki would recognize that this person is much older, and probably you see kind of like a scar that kind of goes through his kind of eye up down his kind of face as well. Probably has seen battle of some sort or a fight. The next one after that, you see they are kind of sitting there curiously. They have one monocle, and they're looking at you, and it is a human sitting like kind of in their hand. They're spinning some sort of musical instrument. You see it's like a flute, and they're just kind of spinning that with their fingers around and round. Next to that person is a halfling. This person has multiple books that that they are actually moving to the side and kind of trying to have a better look at, curious about with you all, and looking down at you all. The one after that, have I got many of them?
The one before the halfling, was that what species was that?
A halfling, a lightfoot halfling.
The one before the halfling.
The one before
Human.
that, a human.
Human.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry, I did say 12 seats, but there's actually only 8 seats, and then one in the middle. And then on the opposite side, starting on the far right corner, you see a. Would they know this race, the Githzerai?
They might do, but it's hard. So if you guys want to make some kind of like a history check, perhaps, see if you recognize which race it is, that will probably work if it's okay with you.
By the name, I don't even think out of game. I don't even think I know. I'm just checking D&D Beyond races right now.
So let's see. Sorry, let me double check the rolls.
The way I always flub it is that if Bruce knows something, it's because when he had these dwarven tutors paid for by his dad to sort of teach him.
100%.
When he was
Yes.
younger.
Yep. And that's where you remember these. Dorothy, it kind of alludes you, but the rest of you, including including Perriman, he kind of looks towards this person and gives it kind of like a stare towards this, like he's seen it before. But he is actually not sitting on the chair, and he's actually floating with his hands to the side. Very old, kind of green yellowish skin, pointy ears, almost elven-like, but his face is more almost reptilian in a way. And he stands there in his kind of grayish bluish robes and kind of looks down at you. Let's see if there's any other discerning.
Anyone with a history check higher than 16? Does anyone? Yeah. Maybe Bryn. You will know based on what you've read before, and especially you, because you are a religious kind of guy. You will know that these creatures were a race of humanoids that primarily come from the plane of limbo, and also they were enslaved by mind flayers for centuries and rebelled to get the freedom. And you will recognize them as Gizzerai.
Okay.
All
The
right.
rest of you will think is a weird looking elf.
Next to that person is another human. Immediately, Dorothy, you recognize this person as you had met him in the bathhouse. Well, saw him, I should say. He has slick black hair that gets pushed all the way back, his pale face and thin features as he sits there with his legs crossed, hands over, looking at you all curiously, eventually meeting eyes with Dorothy and not moving his gaze away. The one next to him is a tiefling. The person is kind of sitting there, hands crossed, chin on their chin on their hand, gazing at you all as well. And next to that person is
It's
another.
it's a female, right? That one still.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one's
Okay.
a
Cool.
female tiefling. And then at last one next to her is a human as well. This person is kind of wears glasses, but on top of them, they seem to have some sort of kind of. It reminds you of the house that you came in. He's got some sort of kind of visualized illusion of stars around him, and from time to time he kind of looks up and kind of looks towards it, and then kind of looks back towards you all. Not really paying too attention to you all. And then afterwards, you hear footsteps coming from the far back upstairs, and arriving on to the main chair is actually a dragonborn. But there's something strange about him. And Aki, you get it straight away. This dragonborn is very small. He's almost halfling size, and you see him kind of climbing a footstool onto the chair and kind of sitting down, and he kind of sits there, kind of moves the chair a bit forward, and kind of looks down to you all, nodding as he kind of looks to you, every one of you, looks towards Gorin and Kalan, and kind of nods and kind of sits back, and then you hear a mage, and he comes forth and he says, "Great readers, first reader. These are the ones that had been missing for the past 2.5 weeks, but miraculously appeared in the same room that we found Mateus that time during then. During that time, Gorin had escorted them in search of Mateus. However, he left them alone from what he has said because you had called upon him. And after we returned, we found the body of Mateus, the books ripped apart, and no sign of anything else. We would like to let you all know," and he kind of looks at towards the 4 or 5 of you in there, "that you will be put in a truth circle where you will be unable to lie, and the questions that are going to be asked, you must present the truth. Do you all agree?"
We must.
Well, you make it sound like we have a choice, which is adorable.
Well, the choice is there is a choice. If you refuse, then we will have to imprison you. Imprison you here for a time before we get officials from outside Candlekeep to come and arrest you. And from there, unfortunately, we do not know what they will do in terms of murder, but that will be decided by them.
The tiefling woman, one of the ones in the circle, will say, "Yes, we are under the jurisdiction of Baldur's Gate, and you don't want to see their prisons. You better comply. You don't want to get yourself in trouble."
Could,
I look at Aki and go kind of smirk towards him, like, "Oh, you like you, you know, fair."
As she touches her horn, kind of like around.
All right, then let's get this over with.
So you all agree?
I can't
Yes.
speak for these
Yes.
fine women, but yeah.
What about you, Halfling? You see Pyramid. Alright. Very well. You see the four mages that have surrounded you begin casting some sort of incantation, and you see this kind of a bubble of arcane energy kind of surrounds you, and you feel this arcane wash over you, compelling you to tell the truth. And as you stand there, they say, "So, please, in your own words, one of you, whoever you point as the spokesman, to present to us on what had happened while while you were there within the room, and we will see from there."
Bruce just
Truthfully, I'm an appalling choice to do this.
Should I?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
Bruce
think
kind of
you-
yeah, Bruce will also nudge our paladin or bard friends forward, thinking that
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to listen to the two vagabond-looking bastards, part of this group of four here.
I can take this if you want, Dorothy. I can take this.
Yes.
All right.
The tall lady
Yeah.
looks like she makes sense. But you appoint whoever of your group you want.
I agree it should either be Goldilocks over here or me. But I think you might fit this place a little more, perhaps.
Hopefully. I'll
You know what? You have
Pyramid,
my
you want to
trust.
stand back here with us? Don't.
Pyramid?
What? Yeah, alright. And you kind of see him kind of steps back.
Good boy. I thought as much. All right.
He scowls at
Bryn,
you
take
when
it
you say
away.
that.
Right. Well, I think you're all aware from my armor. I am the paladin of Tyr, god of justice, and I will barely tell you. You don't even need spells. I will not lie to you all because this is obviously an important matter. I will speak the truth as best as possible. We were told by Gorin to visit or try and save Matreus because he had gone missing, and we were ended up being trapped as he was for a longer period of time. And honestly, we don't know what happened after we set him free from the it was somewhat akin to a prison basically because we couldn't get out. My friends will tell you we stayed there for quite a while, and it's obviously been a lot longer than we intended. But our intentions were to help find your friend, and after finding him, something happened. We weren't there for it because we were stuck in the mansion, and so far we are not responsible. We did our job, we did our duty, we did what we were told, and we are now being punished for it.
So you hear the Githrai. He says, "So you heard nothing? You know nothing of what happened to him?"
I mean, We may have. I mean, I know when we left, he said he was gonna leave the portal open. Then it just snapped shut. We don't really know what happened after he left.
You you say that, and I would say make a history check with advantage.
Oh, with advantage, great. Oh, thank God for the advantage. Let's hope it's better than that. Hey, natural 20.
All right. You do remember. You do remember that you did hear him scream as the things went down, and that begins to come in the forefront of your mind and compelling you to say that
We
as well.
Yes, we did hear a scream coming from him, but as I said, he was outside of the mansion and the portal shut as we couldn't have helped him at all. We were trapped here.
And you see the Dragonborn, who has a scar on his face, slams the table. Who killed him? Tell me now. Tell me, who was it that killed Matreus? You heard a scream. It must be one of you.
It wasn't any of us.
The tiefling girl kind of also once more, like she's sharpening her nails almost, it looks like, and she's so you tell me that you got inside the mansion and then you just left and left Matreus alone there? Why did you stay inside? You wanted to loot the place, obviously.
No, that wasn't our intention. Was it not? I honestly can't remember why we stayed. Out of game, by the way. Yeah.
We stayed to look for books of the owner for Matreus, and he said he would keep the portal open.
We stayed to help Matreus. He had asked us to investigate the place while he left.
I really don't want to have to bring Matreus back to life to ask him questions. It's not our style.
You hear the first human, the one with the holy symbol, and they say, well, I'll say she says, you say you are the believer of Tia. Justice.
Yes.
And you seek justice here?
Yes, we have not done anything wrong. We were trapped in that mansion.
Well, what did you find in the mansion? Tell us. What have you... Did you take anything?
I try and lie.
You cannot.
Right.
You can stay quiet, though. You can stay quiet, though.
We were attacked by many creatures, and I found a weapon that helped us fight them because they tried to fight us. That's all I'll say.
In this, you still have this weapon? Or is it something that was found by the other mages while you left the place?
It was given to It was given when we were taken.
So tell me, do you go around many people's home taking their things as you enter their place? Is it a common thing for you all?
No, obviously not. But we were attacked by various creatures. We wanted to defend ourselves.
Very well. She kind of takes a step back, and then you hear the other mage with the flute. He begins to play the whistle, play the flute. All the interest kind of goes towards him, and he goes, "You know, I have been hearing a little story around, and I thought, a dragonborn, and you. Mr. Half-Orc over there. And then I began hearing people saying, oh, there was this breakout, and, well, I got curious because this, as she picks up this piece of paper and kind of shows you all, this looks very familiar. It looks like the two of you. And it's here, it says, wanted for breaking and burning down a prison. How curious!
Let that be said that I did not know about this before meeting these people.
Bryn,
Ever since.
Bryn, just shut up here.
All right then.
Well, which one of you two are going to explain yourself? Tell us your story. Tell us why this lovely portrait of you, which I must assure you there are plenty of them around. It's just I've just got one of them with me now. But yes, go ahead.
Aki, do you mind if I step forward for just a minute? I got something I need to get off my chest.
Okay. Aki won't talk. He'll actually stand back, physically covering his own mouth.
You know what's really adorable, apart from that mugshot of myself? It's one of my better angles, if I say so myself. It is just fucking...
I'm sorry? Fucking what? As he freezes.
Well, that's perfect timing.
I know, right? It's...
adorable that you... Oh, Ross, what's happened?
He's losing his shit. His internet's going crazy.
Wow, his internet can't handle it.
Bruce is actually... You're noticing... Bruce is usually pretty jovial, apart from when he's in a rage, obviously, but this is kind of a cold anger right now. So, you sit up there, your gilded chairs, your literal thrones, looking down on people like us, with all your magic power and all your influence, and you cast judgment on how we have to survive in a shithole like Westgate. Oh, that's just rich. Yes, we took weapons from that place to defend ourselves from fucking demons and monsters and bloody bookshelves that came to life and tried to strangle us. But by all means, you sit up there and have a pop at us. Go on, go for it. Because I get the feeling you've already made up your minds about us. Because why not? What would it cost you to throw a bundle of idiots like us behind a prison cell? There, I've said what I needed to say.
As you are saying this and you're erupting and focusing it out, you see the Dragonborn on the left, top left, stand up, jump down, and you see this big fall. And he goes, "How dare you?" And he starts moving towards you. And as he comes closer to you, you see his physicality. And you're big, but he is much wider and bigger than you. And as he kind of looks towards you, he grabs you by the neck and lifts you up. How dare you insult us?
Looks like I just succeeded.
The Dragonborn in the middle, you see him, and he says, "Alcarist, put him down. There's no need for this. Well, clearly that they are troublemakers and they have broken out of prison. We understand that, but we are not here to judge them for that." And he kind of looks towards the other human, the one that was playing the flute. If you want, Daryl, whatever the outcome is, you can perhaps give that, if they are proved guilty here, to the authority of Baldur's Gate, and they may severe more permanent penalties from them. But for now, we're here because we want to discover what had happened to Mateus himself. Immediately as he, the Dragonborn in the high chair, says to the Dragonborn that's grabbing you, he lets go of you immediately, kind of growls at you, and then immediately in front of you, the Dragonborn disappears and finds himself up there within the chair once again.
What did you say his name was? I want to get a quick note of that.
Alcrist. Alkrist.
A-L-K-R-I-S-T.
ST.
I don't think we ever got his name.
No.
I just kind of thought.
They said it out loud, so
Mhm.
that's I'm just
Oh.
making note of it.
Yeah.
Right, I wasn't. I was definitely listening.
And the human, let's just call him a human bard. That person's name was Daryl. Daral. Slowly, you're beginning to kind of piece together that these great readers and their names around you. After,
The Tiflin says, "You see, I knew. I've been traveling the plains all my life and I've never seen such an insolence like this. Outrageous. They should rot in the jail."
I agree.
Try.
And
They should be punished for what they have done. This does not prove anything.
We're telling the complete truth. How is that a wrong thing?
Yeah, good to know the authorities will throw us in prison for speaking our honest minds. Stuck us in a truth circle like this, what'd you expect?
You wanted to know what happened. We have nothing to do with the murder. As I couldn't. I'd tell you if I were, but as we are in here, I cannot. So we should be free to go.
The one that kind of looking towards kind of the stars and kind of he goes you go, well, you see, and now you guys notice he's actually blind. He cannot see you, so he clearly is not looking at you for that reason. I may not be able to see you, but I can definitely sense something from one of you. Can I ask if any of you have ever killed people, have murdered before?
Do you want to know if we've killed or if we've murdered? Because there's a difference between the two. And he glances at the bronze dragonborn. Your man there probably knows the difference.
of course they kill people. Look at them.
Well, let us perhaps let's say killed first, and then we'll move on to murder.
Yeah, sure. Done some mercenary work. Gotta make a living.
Mm-hmm. What about the rest of you?
Only when necessary.
Yes.
And what about
what
this?
would you mean by necessary?
Oh, if someone attacked me or they were attacking my associate, these friends here, or causing
Yes.
being attempting
And
to
your
hurt others.
order forbid you to kill, and you're a paladin, aren't you?
I do what I must to survive.
You all notice that there's only one person within this room that has not spoken, and it is the one that is still looking towards Dorothy, the human. And as he kind of sits there, he still hasn't said anything. He's just listening to the whole conversation happening around you. The one which is blind, he says, what about you, young lady? I heard your voice before, but have you ever killed or murdered someone? Oh, let's start with killed.
Only in self-defense.
Okay. What about you, the quiet one, little one at the back? Yeah, I've killed before. Well, what about murder then? None of you have murdered before then?
No.
Did the assassins that attacked your colleague Gorin count?
Oh no. That you said you killed them. That was under his. You were helping them. They were attacking Paul Gorin. from what I have been told. And we definitely thank you for that. We do not take anything away from you from helping one of our own. But we just want to be clear. We want to make sure that order is right here, and we do not make the wrong judgment.
I'm just checking my
Yes.
character sheet. I don't think Bruce has ever murdered.
Delis. You see the tiefling woman kind of looks to the one who hasn't spoke yet. Delis,
He
what
breaks.
happened?
He
Did,
break.
some,
Go on. Sorry.
did something eat your tongue?
He breaks eye contact from the Dorothy and looks towards the tiefling, and he says, "Nothing has bitten my tongue. I just don't need the necessary. But don't need to say anything. Continue to interrogate them. I do not need to question these lot."
Out of game, what was his name again? Thelis?
Teles.
Teles,
Teles.
Okay.
You hear.
I mean,
Go on.
what else? You go. What else should we?
Well, Kazrin
mean-
continues to say then, so none of you have made murder. But what about you, the quiet one? Something about you is strange. You see her kind of look away, not in the sense, but kind of recoil backwards. Have you murdered before? Paramin kind of looks. Speak up. It is what I must do. You hear a couple of gasps, and then, what do you mean? I murder. I kill. If Grumish tells me to kill. You're
Grumish? Did you just say Grumish?
You see Paramin begin to kind of take a few steps more backwards, and then he steps out of the circle, and then you see them all kind of looking. He kind of looks towards all the people around him, and then looks kind of towards the rest of you, and kind of, I need to leave. I need to get out. Let me go. And he turns around and starts heading towards the door.
Ermin, what are you doing?
I don't belong here.
I'll fucking kill you.
You just said it yourself. They're judging us that they're nobody. Only I follow Grimish, and that's what I will follow. That
Grumish is an evil god. An orcish evil god. Why would you follow that creature? The one who never sleeps, the one who watches.
Open
the one
this
I
door.
got.
He kind of demands. You can hear it kind of echo through the room. Open the door. Open the door. Open the door.
This is preposterous. He just turned and left the circle. Do something. And she looks outraged towards the others.
The Dragonborn begins to stand up and about to kind of step forward, and then you see Kalan kind of apparate in front of Paramin, and then he goes. He touches Paramin's shoulder, and then you see them both disappear.
You know, I hate being right.
So you see the Gisser, I say. So you have been traveling with a murderer, I suppose. You did not know this? Is this news to you all?
This is getting really boring. Are we just going to ask questions until you don't like one of the answers?
Of course
And
not.
I know
Then-
you're
I
not
find that
interested.
Dragonborn impertinent. Really impertinent.
We were here because one of your men is dead. We've answered that question. Now we're just asking everyone's back. I stole candy bars when I was 5 years old. I suppose I never leave.
I defied my father and left my homestead. I suppose that makes me a criminal too in some people's eyes.
You see all the readers around begin to kind of look amongst each other. Some of them kind of nod. They all kind of look towards the bookworm. Very well. As he kind of scoots forward and looks down. Then we will take this to a vote. And kind of looks towards the surround. And one by one, he gestures towards. First person he gestures towards is the Githzerai. What about you, Vizier? What do you say? I believe they do not need. I say they told us enough of the truth. We should let them go. They have proven their innocence. Alright? And he kind of looks onto the other side. What about you, Alai? I say that I trust the paladin over there and his words. I agree. They should be set free. I refuse, says the Dragonborn. These are people that you cannot trust. They will tell you whatever they want now, whatever the truth, but you know there are already criminals amongst them. And that one that was taken away by Kalan, a murderer. They follow, they group, they will do anything they can.
I agree completely, the Red Dragonborn says. Yes, you're right. I mean, we can perhaps use them.
Hmm.
Bruce glanced around. That sounds familiar, doesn't it?
So, I would assume, Femina. That is, you seek that they are not being truthful, and you disagree. He says that to the tiefling.
I see that they've been truthful. They did not kill Matreus. However, their involvement in this is very uncanny. Perhaps Gorin, you should say something. Maybe you should get in that circle too.
The Dragonborn nods towards Gorin. Gorin steps off and heads inside the circle.
Oh dear. Kind of like slowly, like very carefully steps on the circle.
Bruce puts his hand on Goran's shoulder and just kind of to just reassure him.
Thank you.
Well,
Yes, go ahead. I did say that I will take responsibility for them.
and will you take
Please,
responsibility if they are found guilty? Will you also take the punishment that may be bestowed upon them, on you?
I am a man of my word. If that's what it takes, I will take the same punishment as well.
The Dragonborn says, even though you are one of our own, you have tainted our place. You have left them and caused one of our own to perish. I feel that the consequence, you should be punished as well. I disagree. I think they need to be seeked punishment, says the Dragonborn. The tiefling on the opposite side also nods, and she says she agrees.
Yes. Punishment.
The Daryl says, well, yeah, I think it might be these scoundrels. They shouldn't be here. I agree with Alchrist and Femino. I see they should seek punishment. I see that is 3 against 2 yeas. What about You, Kazarin. Uh, the blind one kind of looks around. The other ones, I sense they're good. I seek their justice. I say yea. Let them be free. And then, who was left? Yes. Hogma said yes. No. No. Ah, there's the Lightfoot halfling that has not said anything as well because he's so tiny. He kind of looks up and he goes, I, they're too scary. They should be punished. And he kind of steps back, puts down. So that is 4 to be punished. What about you, Tellus? What do you say? And now you see him kind of lean forward, looking at all of you, especially towards Dorothy. And you get this kind of feeling from all of you that this may be... He's just so... Something about him is just kind of gives you this kind of feeling like he's going to say no and he wants to see you punish. But he looks at you and he says, they should not be punished. Most of them, they all kind of look towards him, like surprised. Then it is 4 yeas and 4 nays. Does that mean it? I am the final vote, says the first reader as he kind of sits forward and looks at you all. He kind of, for a moment, he kind of sternly looks at all of you, and then you see a slight little smile on his face.
Master Balanaster, may I speak before you make a decision, please?
Of course. Go ahead, Garin.
What happened in that place was nothing to do with them. Yes, it was my fault. I trusted them. I didn't know there was a murderer, even though he did try to murder me. I should have known better. I didn't know there was a true murderist amidst them. But what happened to Matreus is nothing to do with them. Trust me. I mean, he didn't kill them. They didn't kill him. They are good people. And they should not be punishing for something they don't even understand. Obviously, they got trapped there, just like Matreus. And that's why the time has gone. Whatever killed Matreus, we don't know yet. I suggest we raise dead and ask him questions. Matreus should have the final word. We should not take a decision without raising the dead and asking Matreus who killed him.
And he bows.
He's got a big mouth.
I believe there would not be need of this. I see the truth within them. They did what you were told them that they would be rewarded for, and I see that apart from one of them, who I'm sure Kalani is dealing with now, the others did not know of his past. But whatever the case is, we will find justice, but I believe that the justice will not be found. Well, the murderer will not be found in the 4 of them here. So, I believe that they will be set free, and we will continue our further investigation in the death of Matreus. And Corin, you know as well that once a mage has passed, we should not disturb them. Let them be at rest.
All right. Yes. It was just like a last resort. I didn't want them to just rot in jail. It's not their fault. If anyone, it's me who misjudged them.
As you hear Gorin just spew and spanner, you see the couple of the great readers kind of stand up and just walk away into the shadow. They just kind of disappear. Some of them kind of sit there listening to Gorin for a bit. Especially the the small Dragonborn who's taking the main seat, and in front you all see these mages begin bringing your stuff back to you. So you get all your equipment back, your shields, your weapons, your bags. They all return back to you, and you do not have the currently you don't have the well, actually, they're all gonna give everything back to you because they don't know what you actually found per se. So everything is given back to you, and eventually, as Gorin.
Silvira,
Mhm.
Silvira just will mention. They will have to stay here until things have been sorted out. They can't just leave freely. What if something comes up afterwards? Even though they will be free, I will request them to stay in Candle Keep until further notice.
Request. We're using. Is it a request? Like the last request?
I'm sorry, request from from the about, not from you. My apologies. And she looks to the great reader.
Yeah, he kind of looks. He goes, "Oh, of course, of course. You you will be put into great accommodation. Please rest. Just for a few days until the investigation has been set. You can read any books that you wish, as well as use all the facilities, and this will be all a free accommodation for this whole situation." How does that sound? He says.
About as good as we could expect, I imagine.
I have to agree.
Okay, I think we're done here. Okay. And then you see him kind of scoot off the chair. The rest of the readers kind of just walk off, and you are left alone in this room. The mages that are around you begin walking off as well, like as if it is finished and concluded, and nothing really happened, and you're left alone in this room. The door behind you just opens ajar, slightly.
Were we one vote away from these people not believing a paladin of Tyr on matters of honesty and morality?
I believe so. I also believe that law should not be my plans after this.
Actually,
Nor
I think we were one vote away from another fight with people we shouldn't be in a fight with, Bruce.
I would
That
like.
got out of hand fast.
I'm a feeling a bit awkward. I'm not sorry I said what I said to them, but I am sorry that it could very well have ended very poorly for us all. It was a bit rash, but once I started going, well, you've known me for a few weeks. Once I start
It's
going,
understandable.
Needed saying.
But at least we're not going to die today.
did they what that Callan?
I should get that tattooed on us.
What
I can
this
do it.
day? The trial.
We won't die today.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
We can get that on. We can get that over the top of the bear. Never mind. We'll come back to it.
I like the way you're
I've
thinking.
got a picture
I do
going.
like that. I like that. I like that.
As
Sorry, carry on. I'm just gonna wait till we're walking somewhere first.
Yeah, you're walking out. As you are walking out of like a kind of the mist and the shadow, another humanoid appears, a human man. He's a thin man, grey hair, and very horn-rimmed kind of glasses on him as he presents it. I am Marcel Atwood. I am actually the apprentice under Tellus Avost. You all know is the one that was with the slick black hair, gauntly face, who was pretty much not saying anything at all. He would like to, well, it seemed that Gorin was supposed to provide you with a reward for helping with Marcel, and he would like to give you this reward personally himself. And so I would like you to take this. And he puts his hand in a bag and pulls out another bag. And as he does, you hear the rustling of coins. It is quite heavy. I'll give this to you. You seem quite strong. Passes over to Bruce.
Oh well, thank you very much. I open the bag to look at what's inside it.
You will find that it is exactly 1,000 gold pieces.
I see.
Hmm.
I see. Gentlemen, lady, 1,000 gold. That's well, yeah. Thank you very much, sir. I grab his hand. I shake it really vigorously.
He kind of shakes it and kind of moves it away, and then kind of wipes it as well because for unknown reasons. It's just well. I hope that you find the accommodation here pleasant. Gorin, and he kind of looks towards Gorin. Please escort them to the accommodation. Another abode will come and find you when you are ready to be taken there. I assume that you already had an abode that was looking after you when you arrived, no?
He sorry.
No, I'm just kind of yeah. Sure.
If not, we will we'll provide you another one.
So we're not allowed to leave here. We're not in prison, but we're not allowed to leave.
I think
Again.
we're not allowed to leave the main part of the area. I don't think we're allowed to leave Candle Keep, but we can stay in this. It's quite a large town, city, would we call it? So
Well, I mean, we do have a few things we should take care of. I owe you a shirt, Bruce. We could go and deal with that, but I'm not a big fan of not being allowed to leave when I want to.
I would agree. But I think we should make the best of things as they are now. That could have ended a lot worse. And you know what, though? Jingling-a-ling.
2 shirts.
You see him awkwardly just kind of leave the room. He doesn't even say bye to you guys. He just kind of leaves.
Well, we can get you a new coat.
New coat?
Yeah,
sure.
A really good coat. Just sidebar. I grew up with a weird group of people in some weird places, and none of them were as weird or rude as the people in a library. I don't like it here.
Something rotten.
Yeah.
Listen,
and apparently there's a murderer running around.
Listen, everything I said in that circle of truth thing, that was from the art. You know, they ran me up all kinds of wrong. One of them strangled me.
We'll have to come back to him. Did you see what he did? What he just... I've got to figure out how he did that. That was cool.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't do it. I'll never be able to do that, but, moral support,
Right. So, should we divide up that coin, or...
Above game, I've got a bit of a problem here. My character sheet won't open, so I need to exit the game and come back into it again, see if that works.
Oh no!
Today we are cursed. Yeah, I keep having. I'm sorry. I keep not talking. It's just my Discord keeps crashing.
Yeah,
it's fine. It's all right. It's technical issues. It happens. It's fine. But as you all make your way to this accommodation room and get yourself from this, have the thoughts of what just transpired and what had just happened, and you take this night to kind of rest. You get food, ample food sent to you all, and you feed and feast on all this amazing food that is being given to you. Meat, vegetable stew, meat stew, breads, ale from the tavern that you went before, But the one thing that you all noticed is the absence of Paramin. You haven't heard anything about him at the moment. But you, how do you? I would go around. How do you all kind of? I'll say you all begin to have that same thought, absent of one chair around you when you're eating, and we'll kind of see what you guys talk about there.
Yeah, still no Paramin, I see.
I hope they haven't done anything drastic, but
Well,
he was an odd one.
well, that guy, the guy with the whole shield around the entire building, he's no joke.
No, we should probably be cautious around these people.
He did say he was a follower of Grumsh. Do you
Uh,
all know what that's all about?
Not
a
particularly.
little.
Well,
None of the highlights, maybe.
well, yeah, it's probably the extent of my knowledge, but my mother did teach me a thing or two about him. Not all orcs are all that observant, but most have at least paid lip service to Grumsh. But the more devout ones, they don't care about anything but destroying everything around them. And Paramin apparently followed this one.
I
It's
mean,
not good news.
no, it wasn't all bad. He would put a tourniquet on your leg after he stabbed you. I mean, I think it's give and take.
He threatened to kill me over the fate of that little fucking monster that was trying to kill us. You would rather have killed me than killed something else for the safety of the group.
That's not ideal.
Didn't sit right with me then, and I hadn't had a chance to really. Well, doesn't matter now.
Yeah. Do you want to try and figure out what happened to him? You mean?
If you ask me personally, no, I
Ah.
do not. If it comes up and everyone else wants to, fine, I'll go along with it. I think for the time being, we're all a team here, and I think we need to stick together. I don't see many other folk here sticking up for us.
No, we're definitely on our own.
I'd have to agree, but I did get a weird read from Paramin, but I honestly I don't know what to say.
Changing the subject slightly, since we can't really do anything about Pyramid right now. That ghost dragon thing. Did you hear them say they bound her to the keep? As in, stuck her there, imprisoned her. They definitely said bound, and he's looking at, well, probably Dorothy and Aki in particular, two more sort of magically inclined. Obviously, we have a paladin here, but he's thinking more proper arcane here.
I would have thought you should be more pissed off about that in the book. Not like a dragon to be okay with being stuck somewhere. But then there was something weird about she could make contact with things and pass through things.
Let's be honest, there wasn't much okay with her.
No.
I think this place is just odd.
Dorothy, what do you think?
I can't say. To be honest, this is a little much to process, and what happened was a little too close for comfort. And I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know.
Would we have all noticed the fella with the slick black hair ogling her?
Mm-hmm.
This is an above game question, but that have been obvious to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it would be. He would, from time to time, look away to look at Dave while you lot spoke for a little bit, but most of the time his eyes would go straight back towards Dorothy. That's how.
Dorothy, did you know that fella with the slick hair?
Well, no would be an overstatement, but I saw him in the bathhouse briefly. He eyed me, and I wanted to go up to him, but I was cut off by a servant, and that's all. I don't know anything more.
You appear to have made an impression.
I think
usually
it helps
do,
out in the
but
case.
I don't. I don't know. I don't know what his deal was. We still have to wait here until this murder case is solved, right? Until then, we cannot leave.
Yep.
Is there anything stopping us solving it faster?
Well, I think they would hurt us.
Well, they would hurt us for trying to leave. They didn't say we couldn't catch the real murderer.
I mean,
And I would like to leave.
that's fair enough. Maybe we should lay low though, just for the next day or two.
I've got a semblance of an idea. I was thinking, we're kind of in here on our own. We've got Gorin on our side, but he's definitely under the thumb of the bigger players here. This fella with the black hair, I don't know his name. There may be an inn there we can maybe get. I don't particularly want to say ally. Maybe someone a bit more sympathetic to us.
Well, he did just pay us.
He did just pay us.
He did, yeah, quite a large sum as well.
He didn't need to, and a hell of a lot more than what Gorin was going to be able to pay us. But here's the crazy idea. Now, bear with me on this one. We're here as prisoners. I don't know much about dragons apart from maybe Aki here, but he's basically a dragon. And Aki, you have a bigger thing about freedom and being able to go where you go and all that. It's kind of what we stuck together after getting out. I suppose you'd be honest. Yeah, there was a prison in Westgate we got stuck in. Complete nonsense, if I'm being honest. But anyway,
Yeah.
That dragon downstairs. I think that thing's a prisoner. And I don't know. Maybe prisoners stick together. Don't know.
It seems like a good ally to have.
I mean, it's dead. It's a ghost. Don't know how long it's been down there.
We didn't make much of a first impression.
Did we ever?
I did give that book back.
You didn't get eaten, which can
No,
only be a good sign.
I did not get eaten. It's been a good day. I did not get eaten. You did not get eaten. We were found innocent in a trial. A fair trial, apparently.
I think the fair part can be debated later, but yeah, I guess for now we're quasi prisoners in a fancy.
Did you
in
all
a fancy court.
did you all see the picture of it?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
The picture of what exactly?
Miriam.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we all did.
Okay.
Where do we know where that was? Is that somewhere we can walk to, for instance?
It was a dungeon, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It looked like some sort of catacomb. You were taken up. It was a long kind of path to this place. But when you do, I will say, when you are taken to the accommodation that you are given, you are taken out of the emerald door that you had seen before, and you assume that you were actually within the inner buildings that is protected by this emerald door.
Right, so past that big gold curtain wall that was in the keep itself. Right, so we are not able to go through that emerald door, so there'd be no way back to those catacombs.
Is that a question to me, or are you just making a?
That's an above game sort of question.
Well, I will not say never is never. You know?
Sure. No, that's absolutely fine. Thank you. Because just give me an idea what Bruce certainly would want to try and do.
I mean, you could kind of like try to make. We could go back on time, and you could try to make some kind of insight check if you want to ascertain something. If Mo is okay with it.
Yeah, go ahead if you want to. Probably on your kind of
We just
pass as you are passing along, the things that you recall and
Okay.
stuff like that. Go ahead.
So okay, I'm. Oh no, my character sheet thing isn't working.
You can get
Oh,
some.
no.
Well, in the meantime, can I make a perception check on, I'm guessing, the outfitters and clothiers on the left side of us as we go through that gate? Because I suspect Aki's more interested in that.
There is actually a. Let's see, what is it called?
While you're doing that, I'll just roll a standard d20 plus 2 for my insight. 5.
oh,
It's about right.
okay.
Yeah, I've
So
really pushed my
with
luck today.
with a 5, you wouldn't really get a lot. Just a sense of security, definitely, and forbiddance. It doesn't feel, even though with a 5, it didn't feel like a place that anyone could just walk in and out of, just based on what you saw there. But with a
Okay.
5, you're unsure.
Sure. I'll probably still. I've got ideas for things I'll do anyway.
You do, as you are going on, there is an outfitter there, and it does have a name. It says Bissett's Outfitters. You could get you see a lot of people of votes as well as seekers, who are what you are called, to go in, buy clothes from there and stuff like that, get things repaired and clothes and stuff like that, and you can go there and get your clothes repaired if you would like.
Do we also have access to this smithy?
There is a smithy as well.
Yeah.
You can see in that courtyard itself, it is an open smithy, and there is a stable on the side as well. And there is
Yeah,
a there's a dwarf there, and you can see him just working away on horseshoes, as well as not necessarily weaponry, but just things that people want to get repaired, let's say.
Yeah, because like while we're like alone eating, I'm guessing I'll say we should probably flog this. And I look over and point at the breastplate. That's not the breastplate, the armor that's poking out of my bag.
Yeah, that'll be pretty valuable.
Well, I'm thinking that, but also I didn't want to. Well, we took it, which I kept from them, but I think we should probably. I'm fine with splitting whatever we get for it.
Hey, listen, I'm actually kind of amazed that they missed an entire suit of plate armor.
Well, they don't. They, as I said, they didn't know what we took and what we didn't. So I guess they thought it was just on me. I would have said if it were mentioned, but yeah, if anyone asks, it's the family heirloom.
Yeah, just say
That's why I kept my mouth shut. That longsword didn't go in there with me. That was a necessity, as we've said. But can we go and get my coat fixed, and I can get you a very, very stylish, possibly shiny.
I have an idea for a shirt I would like, at least to start.
Very nice. And maybe I can get my stick fixed finally.
Get your new stick. It's a stick.
It's not just a stick.
Gonna.
Right. I apologize.
My favorite.
I'm sorry.
It's my favorite. It's my favorite stick.
I know. I'm sorry. It was uncalled for.
All right. As you go and get your clothes repaired, and well, his Aki's clothes mended, as well as Aki finds a good clothing for you, Bruce. Bryn, you go and try to flog this armor. The dwarven man says that he doesn't deal with decorative pieces. He can't really work with this metal moving forward and stuff like that. Probably looking to flog it somewhere else. He says it to you. Probably not within Candlekeep. Maybe if you leave and go to Baldur's Gate or other places like that, you might be able to fetch better. He seems to be kind of modest. He doesn't seem to be trying to loot you in any way like that. And Dorothy, is there anything that you wanted to do?
I'm just going to go. Do I have a room?
Yeah, you guys are given like when you enter this room, it's like a dormitory. So it's like you've got this kind of living space, and then there's separate rooms that lead for you all in separate rooms with nice comfy bed and time for alone to yourselves. Yeah.
I will go to my room.
hmm You are in your room. Yeah.
Nothing particular. I'm just thinking to myself and thinking through the events that have happened today and how I want to continue approaching my stay at Candlekeep.
As you think about that, and you what has transpired in the past few weeks, you you set your bag to the side and take out whatever makeup and thing to kind of touch up on the stress that might be upon your face. You realize something, that the book that you had is not there anymore.
I take the makeup brush that I just set to the side to keep my hands busy and apply pressure until I squeeze it between my hands to the point of it being unusable.
You're close. You feel it. Things are happening around you. Things are not making any sense right now to you. But you know that if you proceed this further, if you know that if you look deeper, something will appear for you. A sign. And as you squeeze and you look yourself into the mirror, we'll go take a break.
Woohoo!
Very nice.
Right.
Oh
As-
my goodness me.
All
Oh my god.
Yeah, oh my, what a somber faces.
right.
I'm sorry, guys.
Oh.
OOC.
That's fine. Okay, so
Wait, hold up. When we do come back, you guys can describe on what Bruce is wearing and so on and so forth. So keep that in mind and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't mind that and stuff like that. And
Yay.
when we do come back, I will step away, and Cisco will take the lead.
Wow. Flying switch.
Yeah.
Good luck, guys. Bad news are coming your way.
All right, and for the viewers out there, we will be back in 10 minutes. Hopefully, is that okay for everyone? 10 minutes, quick break.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, and we'll be back
Brilliant.
in a shortly. Don't go anywhere. See you in a bit.
Yay. Alrighty, good evening. I'm back. Welcome back to Candlekeep Mysteries, where our heroes will keep exploring what is gonna happen. Books keep stories hidden within their pages, awaiting to be read. Some can inspire you, others can make you wiser, or even make you cry. But what if one could take your life away? Some stories are better untold, others best unread. And as you guys are on this night, after your trial and being found kind of not guilty-ish, but compelled to stay in Candlekeep, you guys find yourselves in your room. The fireplace is burning. Some of you are in the foyer area, kind of like in your living quarters. What are you guys doing?
Before anything happens, Bruce comes back to the table with like a sort of a drink in each hand. He passes one to Aki, and he grabs another one and gives it to Bryn, who I'm assuming is still there. Is Dorothy there just now?
Yeah, I think she's at the fireplace.
Yeah, so I'm assuming you're like a little bit further away from everybody else. But Bruce sits down and says, Aki, listen. That bit of friendly fire happened yesterday. You seem to take a knock yourself and, well, using your magic. I just want to tell you, I'm not stressing about it. Shit happens.
Yeah, I've been. Listen, I know that has a tendency to happen. I've been working on something that I hope will make that less likely. If not, just maybe we've got a way around it. I've been trying to figure out a way to at least make your life a little easier if I'm going to do something like that. So maybe we can make this whole plan, this whole look over here plan work a little better next time, and a little less wall of fire, or however it was from your perspective.
Kind of a big. It was like the sun was coming towards me. Just saw this bright light, and I was like, "What's that?" And everything went
Yeah.
dark. It's one hell of a hit, though.
Thank you. I thought I was going so well, but a little to the left. But no, we're I'm working on that, and hopefully we can work a little cleaner together next time. I'm going to try and stop setting fire to rooms we're in.
Accidents happen. Accidents happen. I did what I say to everybody. I'll ask Dorothy in a second. She's over there. I want to try something. It might just be kind of stupid tonight, but I might not get a chance again for a little while. I'm going to see if I can go to the catacombs. Do I still have those 2 books that we collected when we were in the mansion? The ones with the letters on the spine?
I will say you do, yeah.
Okay, good. I'm going to say I want to put some books in that library, and I want to see if I can at least talk to Miriam. I'm not going to ask anyone to come with me because this could be really stupid and dangerous, and at least just be my life on the line. But it's what I'm going to do. Oh, great! That was easy.
Stupid's right up my alley. Well, I don't like the idea of dragons being stuck in prisons.
Bryn?
Well, I was going to say that is completely stupid, and I think we should at least wait a day or two before. There are still targets on our head somewhat, so I think wait at least a couple days maybe. But if you really mean to, I can try my best to protect you.
Well, like I said, I'm not asking, but I'm probably not getting another chance for a few days at least. But thank you. Hold on a second. He gets up and he walks over to Dorothy saying, Dorothy, got a question for you. Are you all right? You don't look. Pardon me saying, you don't look yourself funny.
Oh, hi, darling. Well, it's true. I am a bit a bit shook by today's events. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, sorry about that. I kind of lost my temper in that trial.
Yeah, no, well, that isn't. I could understand that. It wasn't necessarily the most diplomatic way to solve things, but at least you spoke truth. So, maybe just for the sake of our standing here at Candlekeep and the opportunity to leave eventually, try to veer away from spontaneous outbursts a bit, especially if we are clumped together as one unit. And I will say, I enjoy everybody's company very much, and you've been very helpful for my endeavors as well. But, and she looks over to Aki and Bryn at the table and kind of waves them over.
Wander over. Drink in hand.
Fellas, I am going to be honest. You've said your piece, and I just think going forward, maybe it would help us to try and be on good terms with the people at Candlekeep, don't you think? I, for one, still have business here, and I cannot speak for you, and I don't need to or want to, but looking at the prospect of you eventually leaving here, it would be best to increase our standing and not do anything too rash or stupid. So today turned out successfully, more or less, and albeit that we, well, almost got executed. I am wondering a couple of things, though. If we are to stay together as a group, perhaps just a little more information about each other could help. Usually I am quite a secretive person myself. You know, it's part of the job and you can't give too much away. But I think in this particular circumstance, the uncovering of our pasts has showed that it can potentially turn out in misfortune if we don't know who we travel with. As you know, we lost our little rascal, Paramin. We don't know where he is and what this Alchrist person is going to do with him. And, you know, you've had the odd story of some past in a prison, it seemed, and for some reason, even though it wasn't right for the case, as you rightfully remarked, it still did come into play. It still did come into their decision making. I feel, and I think today's trial has shown, this place is not necessarily a place of truest justice, if you will, or of sound logic. And truthfully, this can be extended beyond Candlekeep as well, but in this area particularly, it's a weird mix of information that needs to be considered. So what I want to know is what happened.
Well, you mean what relating to, well, me and Aki's what experience in prison, or you want to know something else?
Precisely that, yes.
Well, I can tell you my side of things, and well, Aki, you can tell her yours. I rocked up to Westgate, which was a sorry city if ever I've been to one. I've been to a few. I've been a bit of a wanderer for the last 10 years. It was a bodyguard for a merchant on a caravan, making sure he's protected from any bandits and beasts on the road. And, well, I got some money, got paid for it. It was pretty good. Job was finished, so I made it like a bandit. At some dive tavern. I enjoyed a few drinks, maybe had more than I should have. And for some reason, some idiot started a fight with me. I don't even know why, to be honest. It was a little while ago. I was a bit drunk. All I know is that they started on me. Presumably thought, oh, it's an orc or it's a half orc. Oh, let's see what we'll take him on. Shows how tough we are. So the guard, or wherever the fuck that stands for, a guard at Westgate, dragged us off, threw me into a prison cell, and which where I met Aki, and we managed to make our escape. Aki, how did it go? Did the escape go again? I remember I knocked out one of the prisoners that was in there with us and called someone over, but first example of look at me.
The prison was as much a shithole as the town, and after a night or two in there, you start to see the holes, or the holes you can conceivably blow out of, just not under supervision. Bruce was in the cell opposite, and it was pretty obvious why we were both there. We were both there because we were different. I attract some attention when I come into little towns, especially shitholes like that. I stick out like a big shiny thumb, I suppose. I wouldn't surrender anything I had on me when asked, which seems enough to land yourself in prison. Typically, that's the kind of trouble that I would have found funny, except there was a hell of a lot more guards than you'd expect for somewhere like that. With everything that's going on there and the state of it, you'd think they'd be busy, but I was just wandering through town, and somebody didn't like the look of me. But anyway, I got a good tattoo out of it. I mean,
Not
just
bad.
Bruce and me breaking out. Bruce, big smile on his face. That was damn near worth it. Yeah, and I guess I guess we're a little more famous than we thought we were.
Set that shell, but yeah, kind of unfortunate, really. Westgate's pretty far from here. But yeah, that's about the long and short of it, really. I mean, the details of the prison escape, guard came over, opened the gate, opened the thing. I knocked him out. I let Aki out because, well, I figured a fire-breathing dragonborn, that'd be pretty handy. I think he was already working on lock anyway. Didn't even need my help.
Very unsuccessfully, in fairness.
You were almost out. You're almost out.
Anyway, yeah, it turns out the walls around me might have been of stone, but the doors were made of wood. So we we got out of there pretty quick. And apparently we left enough of a likeness behind. Probably your hole in the wall, Bruce.
Yeah. But yeah, Phil, well, that's the stories of our prison escapades. Everything else,
Sorry it played into today.
yeah, I mean, didn't expect that to come back to bite us. Not a place like
Nah.
that. Gotta be honest, this place, Candlekeep, is unusual. You go out in the world, and I don't know if you both noticed, you both being human, but Dragonborn and especially half orcs like me don't usually get a fair shake of things. So, yeah, like I said, this place is unusual. Got Dragonborn in position of power. I've seen orcs wandering around, and an ogre. Jesus, can't believe that. A lot of places in the world don't like the look of me or Eki.
I have to say it's nice to be persecuted for anything other than how we look.
Yeah, for something we didn't do, which is actually kind of the same.
Ah,
Oh,
that's
well.
new.
Well,
So
that's us.
I want to quickly insight check their story.
Sure, go for it. Speaking for myself, Bruce is being honest. If there's any gaps in what he's saying, it's generally because he can't quite remember. He did get involved in a fight. He did get sent into prison. He did break out, and that's where he made Aki's acquaintance. And
Aki.
Aki did set that pretty well. He can tell you the rest.
If you want to do a persuasion or deception, that's up to you, or you can just do what comes
Yeah.
forward as well.
Aki is holding back a bit on why the escape was as sensationally explosive as it was. There was probably no need for it to be, but it was definitely the motivation for that came from somewhere else. The escape was going to happen, but there were other buttons being pushed.
We needed a distraction. And tempers were involved. We were both pretty pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it seems to me that you seem forthright in your story, and thank you for sharing that. It's apparent that you have a good head on your shoulders, both of you. I would suggest that you use that morality and continue to play nice. Not just you two, all of us. It's in our best interest. Right, Bryn?
Agreed. Yeah, definitely. We should keep a low head until this whole murder thing goes off, which I hope it will.
And perhaps if you don't mind, I would, just logistically speaking, ask one other question of you, Bruce. But before that, I will share a little something about me so that we have a fair trade-off. So, I usually proclaim loud and proud that I am a co-owner of a brothel, right? And I make no... Well, first of all, I will check the room if it's fairly empty or if other people are listening.
Yeah. Make a perception check. I mean, you don't see anyone around where you are. Definitely.
Okay.
I should have specified this is your room entirely. There's no one else
Yeah,
around.
it's private. Yeah, that's it's fully private. So you have your own kind of like quarters while you're staying here. But with a 19 perception, you kind of look to see if there is someone underneath the door or someone that it could potentially be hearing your conversation, and you don't detect any unusual sounds apart from the wind that is blowing outside your window, quite stormy, kind of like getting to, shall I say. It's a very kind of not a very nice weather tonight. But apart from that, keep going.
Yeah. As I was gonna say, I lost very valuable and dear to my heart workers. And the only lead that I had was a book that belonged to Candlekeep apparently, but it's hard to fully make sure, so I needed more information. And since they are in the profession that they work in, it's not a task of the city authorities to take over that. So Mother has to take care of this herself. And this is why I need to be in Candlekeep, which we currently forcibly are, which is not the worst thing for me, but I cannot afford to lose my graces with them. I need to have their goodwill because I need to gain information. This is me being as forthright as I can be, and I need to find my girls. And our travels might complicate things a little bit or be dangerous, and it would be foolish of me, I think, to say that it is best to part ways, because you are undoubtedly strong and helpful and good company too. And I don't want to, nor do I think I can, do this alone. But at the same time, I also can't afford to lose my place here by things that are caused by the group. And there's this divide in my head, because I want to go with you, obviously, but I need to play by the rules somewhat, even though the rules are weird and off kilter. And but I realize that I cannot make you do the things that I want to do. So I guess this is just an open plea to try and take that into consideration.
As you are talking about rules and stuff, you all remember that now, just after your trial was completed, you were given this set of rules that you must respect while you are in Candlekeep. And you remember them being no fighting, no stealing, no copying books, no damaging, marking, or modifying any work or tome. And that's what you remember.
So you are in the market for as many allies as you can get while we're here. Then, Bruce, do we want to risk what we were contemplating before? I mean, it's an interesting idea.
Uh-oh. Bruce is mute.
You're on. Yeah.
Sorry about that. Just,
Yeah.
well,
No, it's all right.
Dorothy, I'll say I'll be speaking myself. I'll do my best to help you out. But as for my plan for tonight, Aki, if I don't go now, it could be a long while before I get the chance.
Yeah.
And you know what he's referring to. Like, if once he wakes up, Bruce will not be there, and then he's going to come out with an actual fight that takes place, and he has to go into a rage again. So Aki, you're the one who's actually clear on that. He's not said much about it to anyone else, and he's still not said anything too much yet. Like I said, I'm not going to push it. I'm just going to go and say I'd like to visit the catacombs. I'll ask nice. If they say no, I'll come straight back. That's all. Maybe I don't want to put any of you at risk. I know you said you'd come with me, but maybe you could help me try and persuade them. I've still got these 2 books, you see. I'd like to maybe say I'm going to bring these back down that library there.
Alternatively, find someone we know here and be seen. Not with us.
Like I said, I'm not asking anyone to go with me. I'm just going on my own accord. They say no, that's fine. I'll come straight back.
All right, yeah. I'm not sure what you're planning to do in the catacombs, but maybe it's best for me to not know, because I don't feel like I should go. And if you're doing it, and either you are successful or unsuccessful, it should, for this one night, probably just be your thing.
No, not a problem. Not a problem. Right, well, Dorothy, you said you had one more question, or should I
Yes,
just go?
indeed.
Well,
I
open
noticed
book.
that your manner of speaking and your general demeanor actually changes from time to time, and I don't want to be too inquisitive or insensitive about it. I usually like people having some sort of quirk or having short temper, but maybe there's something that I should know, considering our continued journey together. Maybe it would be best to just politely inquire if there's something
Sure.
about that.
I'm not the most learned of men. Best as I can remember, my first memory was I share. I think the best way to describe it, I share a body. I wasn't around first. I'm really not sure how to explain this, but the other one, the lad Bruce,
Mm-hmm.
he's always been there, and then something bad happened. I don't particularly want to go into too much detail just now, but something bad happened when he was just a nipper, when he was young, and then boom, here I was. There were a lot of things going on between him and his old man. It was always a tense relationship. And then one thing, just the last straw broke the camel's back, and here I am. And whenever he has to stand up for himself or fight or defend himself, I'll come out and I'll protect him. And I don't let him see what goes on when I'm out. But when we go down for the night, he wakes up, well, I'm gone. Well, I think someone gave me a cup of tea once, and that forced me out. I hate tea. But that's the best description for it. So he doesn't remember anything I do when I'm out. He won't know anything about that trial. And, well, occasionally I'll leave him notes about what's happened. But I can't force you not to tell him about that if he starts asking questions. But I'm here just to... We don't get on too well. I don't tell him too much. He resents that. But I want to try and keep him safe. And I guess I don't always know what's safe for him. He's not too good at standing up for himself. That's the best description I can give you all.
And do you prefer...
this conversation... Sorry, no, you go. You keep going.
Do you prefer me speaking to Bruce as if I know of your existence and your shared inhabitants of the body, or should I keep it separate? What would you think he'd appreciate more?
Well, we're both different people. He's not. We're not complete idiots. Well, maybe he is sometimes, but he's gonna know. He's gonna be fully aware. I come out and I'm interacting with all of you. Aki's very well aware of my quirks and Bruce's, so you can just tell him that you're aware of it.
Mhm.
It's just what's going to happen. Can't keep it a secret. I've always been quite honest about it. If people ask, I'll try and tell them, or I'll just tell. No, I'm not telling you. But I trust you guys. We've bled together by this point.
Haven't we just?
Need to go execute together and all.
That's true. Very well.
Anyway, I hope that explanation satisfies you. I'm gonna go. If anyone wants to come with me, I'd much appreciate it, but not gonna force anyone. Just gonna go to the Emerald Door, see if they let me through. And Bruce will get up and walk at the door, and if anyone wishes to go with him, then that's fine.
I just call after him and say, "Thank you for your honesty and good luck."
Oh, anytime. Always try to be honest. Not always good, but always honest. And he continues walking.
Aki will down the rest of his drink and slam it on the table and follow after.
I think
You go.
I think I'm gonna kind of say I think it may be a bad idea to go on. Like, if you want me to go, I'll come with you. But I think I may best head off to my room.
That's fine. Bruce is not asking anyone to come with him. He's just telling him what's happening. And if anyone wants to come, that's fine. So, right, Aki. So what I'm thinking, just go out the door. Excuse me. Say, excuse me. Looking for the catacombs. Want to put a couple of books in there, and go from there. Use your charm on the guards. Could you do that?
Oh, I can try.
Give him your best smile, and Bruce will give his big orky smile, like tusks everywhere.
We can certainly try.
Yeah. As you start leaving the room, the rain starts falling outside, and you, Bryn and Dorothy, can see how the droplets are falling on the window quite profusely outside. And you too start making your way from the house of rest, leaving your quarters, towards the Emerald Gate. Is getting to kind of like quite late in the evening, so you see that lots of people are retiring back to their rooms, and kind of like the place itself seems much quieter, apart from these chantings that you hear in the moment you leave the house of rest, as you've been told that sounds are not really permitted, loud sounds. But on the main courtyard, as you are kind of like passing through the court of air, once you've left, you can hear these chantings coming from behind the Emerald Door. And as you approach, you see, make a perception check right on the door as you are nearly arriving.
Okay. Perception. Here I go perceiving again.
Oh, nice. You, despite that the rain that is kind of falling and is obstructing your view a little bit as you are getting wet right here in the court of air, you almost missed some kind of guardian that is by the Emerald Door, this huge, beautiful looking door. And you notice that there is some kind of creature wearing, clad in a purple and pinkish robes, a pointy hat, and it has some kind of metal quarterstaff on the hand. Also, in the middle of its forehead, you see that there is like a ruby, kind of like a stone, kind of encrusted on it. And you guys can make a history check to discern which race this creature is. That it seems to be the guardian of this door.
Brain blast.
Yeah, you do recall to have been hearing of these creatures called warforges. They are like some kind of constructs, completely sentient and a creature on themselves, having a soul on them. And this creature kind of looks towards you. You notice that he was kind of in some kind of trancing. Like for a second, his eyes are exactly the same, its eyes. But in the moment you approach, he looks towards you and says, "What are you doing here?"
Hello. I don't. I don't think
Hello.
of. I don't think. Are you a warforged? Excuse me. Are you a warforged? I don't think I've seen one of you in person before.
Yes, I am. Are you a dragonborn and an orc?
Well, you're half right about one of us.
Yeah. How tall is this workforce?
It's kind of like a normal stature, like around 5 feet 8 or something like that. Like in the tallish kind of way, but kind of like a regular stature.
Quite
Hmm.
stocky then, but
Hmm.
we'd both
Yeah,
be a bit
it's
taller.
kind of like it's made of like a kind of like a golden plates and stuff like that. It doesn't have any skin or anything like that, and its face is pretty much like you will imagine a robot to be like. Its mouth is moving when it speaks, with this kind of like he's got some kind of jaw gears and stuff like that. So, and he's staring at you. What are you doing so late in this door?
Well, I was wondering, could we have a quick visit to the catacombs? There's something I need to drop off there. I got something for the library there. And that was wondering if you could direct us to it.
You want to enter the catacombs? He
That
asks
that
in
would
a
be right.
quirky
Yeah.
kind of. Do you have an authorization to enter these confined spaces? You are seekers.
I believe above game we were labeled seekers. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
OOC, you are seekers. Yeah.
I sort of look at Aki and go, "Yeah, we're seekers now, aren't we?"
Yeah. We're
Yeah. Well,
seekers, and we have some books to deposit in the
and
catacombs.
I show him one of the books I have and say, "Need to put this down there."
I could take the books for you, but unfortunately, seekers are not allowed beyond these doors unless they have a signed beneficiary consent seal letter of admittance. The wax seal must be unbroken, and the main reader must authorize your entry.
One of one of the big cheeses. All right, got you. I don't suppose if I said
The master
please.
reader, my apologies.
I don't suppose if I said
And it kind of
please, you'd let us
twitches.
through. Could I make a persuasion check based on that?
Sure, I will allow
But then,
you to make a persuasion check. Unfortunately, just due to the you can see that this creature hasn't got any feelings at all. So I will ask you to do it at disadvantage. You can both do it if you want,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or
Okay.
if you want to help each other, one of you can do it.
Shall I help
I'll-
you, Aki? Or do you want to help
Yeah,
me?
yeah, help me. I suspect
you.
that I might
Sure
be able to.
So roll you
And
roll a standard
Yep.
persuasion check then.
Yeah,
yeah, what will Aki say to
nat
this?
20.
Wow. All right. Okay, nice. I was dreading for that, I have to say. Yes. You see the creature starts twitching like he didn't expect that, and
It's the
and
rain.
he
He's a
goes
robot.
like, do you have the letter of admission? I'm not sure what to do. And you kind of see that it's kind of malfunctioning a little bit, just a tiny
hold on,
bit.
hold on. How about would you escort us there? So we're under guard, essentially. Would that be acceptable? We're just going to
Um,
drop off these books. I'm sure Miriam would appreciate them back in the
All
library.
right. In a normal situation, it will not be allowed, but Out of character, you roll a natural 20, so it's not a lot I can do.
Aki, are they supposed to say
So
that?
you will see. Yeah, so
Really?
you'll see the
No, he's
creature
really
will.
broken.
Oh Jesus,
I know, yeah, that's amazing.
have
So
we
you'll see the
broken?
creature kind of like puts his palm on the door, and kind of like as he's doing that, you see this kind of energy coming from the creature itself, from the Warforge, and the door. I will accompany you, and he kind of like starts leaving the door. And as he's about to leave, you see this little creature, like a rounded, metallic, little unusual creature that you've never seen before, just takes its place. It just comes from inside the Greater Library inner ward area, and it kind of like stands there without saying anything. They don't even look at each other. It just happens automatically.
Aki, you know how they say words are more powerful than weapons? Well, I think I get it now.
That's never happened before. People don't trust me.
Have you seen me? You know, it's like a
Right.
double
Anyway.
whammy.
So,
Let's go.
What-
Follow me.
do you have a
And do
do you have
not.
a name, Mr. Warforged?
My name is XNB312.
XNB312.
But you can
Fair.
call me too. Everyone calls me too.
Very nice to meet you
Pleasure
too.
to meet
Yeah,
you.
and you
Number-
see on the screen the little creature that just replaced that Warforge. It looks pretty much like a. You can do a history check actually if anyone of you, the two of you, want to ascertain what this creature was. It's got
Yeah.
like some kind of wing,
Oh
and it's
God.
kind of made out of like a golden metal with one eye in the middle.
Sorry, I've just been
Huh.
taking some notes there. History.
I've clearly spent all of my good one.
Yeah, you have more luck.
Yeah.
I have not though.
Ooh. All right. I mean, with a 17, you don't really know a lot about them, but you've kind of like heard stories of these creatures coming from the plane of Mechanus, some kind of weird rounded creatures that resembles what you are seeing right now, but you are not sure really. But you kind of like comes to your mind like, ooh, I've heard of something like that.
I'll pass that information on to Aki because I've been taught that growing up.
Okay. You remember being something that rhymes with drone, but you aren't sure.
These things are
All
cool.
right.
They are
Yeah.
pretty cool.
And the Warforge keeps walking in a very kind of like stoic way, like completely upright and it's kind of like taking you around, passing through different areas until you eventually just arrive to a set of stairs going down once more, like Mo described before. The smells of dusty, kind of like moldy catacombs, old books, this all kind of like permeates the air. And you see like you can smell as well some the sea, kind of like you ascertain that some of this area must have been flooded at some point and cleaned and stuff like that, and it probably needs to be kept doing it regularly. And the creature goes before you and kind of opens the door until you are back there going down the stairs. Make sure
Thank you, too.
you do not. That's all right. I will stay here until you are finished.
Sure,
Miriam
sure.
will be happy with your books.
Thank you very much too. You're a stand-up fella. You're good at your job.
Thank you. I am efficient.
Certainly are. Well, Aki, let's go. And
Yeah.
we'll walk down the stairs, and here we are.
Yeah.
So, Aki, I'm not
All
entirely
right.
sure how do we talk or summon a spectral dragon. Do we just like, excuse me, hello, are you there? We would like to have a word. We have something for you, or do we have to do like a ritual? Or
Well, I mean, she turned up when we were with the books.
Yeah. I will let Mo do the dragon again, as if he's okay with that. As you were kind of on the voice of it, if it's cool.
Or Aki, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take out my books. I take out both books. I've got to kind of held them. They say, Miriam, Got something for you. I hope you thought you might like something for your library. Miriam,
Please don't eat us.
looking around. Yeah, that too.
Yep.
We come bearing
Yeah.
gifts.
Okay. As you are saying, Miriam, slowly, kind of like once more, out of nowhere, kind of through the wall, you see this spectral figure of a green, huge dragon.
You again.
Yes.
Hello.
Good evening. I believe we got off on the wrong foot earlier. I would like to apologise. Yeah, me. I'm apologising on behalf of myself. When I get nervous, I tend to, like how you make me nervous right now. I tend to make japes, and well, I brought you these, and I show her the two books. And I thought you might like them for your collection.
Books for my hoard. Give them to me.
They are a gift from me to you, and I pass them to her. Please don't take my hands.
She gently moves in this time, not in her vicious state, and takes the book into her jaws and her mouth.
I'm giving her two. I got two books from that mansion. She's getting both of them.
She
I
takes.
have two. Please take the other one.
You put it in her mouth. She clenches it close, and then you see her turn around and kind of just walk away and disappear.
Oh. Okay.
That was a little anticlimactic.
Just a bit. I suppose your first visit, I can't expect miracles. Miriam,
She didn't kill you. That means she likes you.
Oh, you hear that? Nice.
He's got very good hearing.
You got excellent hearing too.
Do you think I will just lose my job over you messing around in the catacombs? I'm here quietly.
He makes an excellent point.
Yes, it is.
Miriam, we'd like to wish you a good day, good evening. If you wish, would you like us to come back at any point to talk? If I can find another book, a new one, I'd happily bring it down.
As you look around the room, left and right, you don't see her at first, but then you begin to feel this kind of presence above you, and as you both stare up, you can see the spectral head looking straight down at you.
Oh.
Bring me more books. More books.
Of course. Any new book I find, I'll happily bring it. Aki, what about you? Do you want to get in on this too, or?
Yeah, yes, any book. Yes, absolutely. Any books we find.
How do you feel about stories as well? Not necessarily written ones, but verbal ones?
Well, that's good. Yeah, yeah.
I
We're
cannot.
good at stories.
I cannot hoard books. Voices. I need books. The more, the better.
Sure. Just so you know, happy to come do that and maybe have a chat as well, if you'd like. You don't see me go any places. Yeah, I think we're going to go now.
Yeah. We've been Aki and Bruce. Bye-bye.
The
Bye-bye.
spectral head kind of retreats back into the ceiling and then disappears.
Well, I think that went well as we're walking, kind of trying to look calm, but walking as fast as we can while being calm. So I think that went well.
Yes, the sentinel worm liked you. That was very good.
Oh, I'm
Let's go back before I get in trouble.
Sure. I feel my heart dropped out my arsehole there.
What did you call her? The sentinel?
The sentient worm.
Sentient worm.
I think he said
Yeah, worm, like W-I-R-M. Yeah.
Sentinel
Yeah.
worm. Oh, God, of some kind.
That's how we call her.
You don't call her by her name?
We call her when she's not there, the Sentinel worm.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it when she was there either.
Oh,
Mm.
yeah, we use her name. Two, I have a question while we're walking back. Someone said she was bound. Is she a prisoner?
Make a persuasion check as you start asking. You see that for a second the Warforged doesn't really react to your question. It kind of like
Okay.
you can see on it that it's not meant to answer too many
Sure.
questions.
There's no
regarding
way
that.
this is going to go well. I can't believe it.
Oh wow. Okay.
What the fuck?
Okay, Mason.
One
you guys
second.
are
I want to
got
just
it.
get back on this gravy train again. Here we go.
Yeah. The number 2 replies to you. Well over 1,500 years ago, the silver dragon Mirwin broke into Candlekeep, intending to add in its riches to her hoard. She devoured scholars and destroyed irreplaceable books. But she was confronted by the Archmages and bound into service to protect Candlekeep as a penance for her misdeeds. And the creature kind of starts working faster. Hurry up! I don't
So-
have all day.
Yeah, we're walking after him. I certainly am.
Yep.
All right.
I think there's
And
as
as
we're walking
you-
through, if it's cold, there's a faint steam coming off of Aki that seems slightly inexplicable.
Ooh. Yeah, you kind of like at this point, as you just walk out, all this rain starts falling on you, and Aki is kind of like almost like all the steam is just like coming out of him, like he's actually boiling almost as the water touches you. And will as you make your way back to the court, to your house of rest place, we move back to the room where you guys are, as you already have fallen asleep. You are starting to dream.
You begin to feel cold. Sensation across the entire of your body. You reach around for the blanket to cover yourself, but it's not doing anything. And you open your eyes, and you're within the same room that you were in. But the window is open. It's flapping open with the wind that you can hear from outside. You hear the as the thunder rolls over and the heavy rainfall can be heard. But it's getting colder, unnaturally cold within the room. You look towards the window until you see a page, a paper that just comes flying into the room and lands on top of your bed.
What does it say?
You look towards it, but there's no writing on it.
Does it seem? I don't know. I don't really. Can I? You want to try and close the windows?
As you get up and get to the window, I start heading to the window. You begin to feel the cold just radiate from the window itself, and getting your teeth begin to rattle, and as you get close to the window and you look out, you realize that the noise of rain is not rain itself, but thousands of pages falling from the sky each page with no writing on it. And as you stare into the distance, into the clouds rolling over, you see the lightning strikes in the distance, and there you see the silhouette of the same creature that you had seen before. It turns towards you as more lightning happens, staring directly at you. The papers around you begin to shift, and the wind begins to blow towards you. Papers begin flying into the room, and as they do, you feel each paper being like icicles touching your body. You try to push away, but hundreds and hundreds of pages, and the wind is so strong that you get pushed against the wall. And as you do, pages and pages come in, sticking onto your body. Your body begins to feel. You freeze, and you begin to find it very difficult to breathe. And as pages begin to wrap across your face, across your eyes, and into your mouth as well, stopping you from breathing entirely. All of a sudden, your eyes open, and you find yourself in your room once again, in your bed, but wet and cold.
Is the window still open, or was that just a dream?
As you look towards it, I'll leave it to Mo actually, to answer that question.
You go and inspect the window, and you creep up to it, but it is closed. And as you look out the window, you do a lightning strikes, but there is no silhouette of anything. As you stand there, and the rain continues to fall.
Well, and I'm just gonna kind of think to myself, just I hope I'm making the right decisions. But whatever this is, I will try my best to stop it. And I think I'll try and see if I can find some other blankets in the room to keep warm and go back to sleep.
All right. You do find some extra blankets, and you get back in your bed, dry yourself to your best of capabilities, and night falls upon all of you. And as it does, I think that will be a great place to leave it for tonight.
Oh my god, emotional roller coaster.
That
Today.
music,
My god.
Amazing, guys.
that
That was
music
so
is
good.
very scary. I'm, yeah.
I cannot believe we're alive.
I regret nothing.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
wow,
that was creepy. Fun though.
very nice. Very good rolls. You came out of everything successfully. So
Ross, you nat 20 the
you are
Warforged to
adventurers.
blue
Yeah.
screen error.
Pretty much. Oh my god, that was
You
so good.
persuade two easily. I know. I was like, wow. Okay.
I had this
Rule of
feeling.
cool.
I
Let's
had
go
this
back in.
such a feeling, you know? I was just like, oh my god, they're gonna roll a natural 20.
I know. You know what? I actually thought it too. I promise you. Before I was thinking this is one of those situations. I bet they're gonna roll a natural 20. I was thinking that too.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Part of a
amazing.
long-term plan, cultivating potential allies is how I am looking at it, and it is
Yeah.
something Bruce would want to do, but purely because he's seeing someone who he's pretty sure is a prisoner, and it sounds like been prisoner for a long fucking time.
Mhm.
A massive dragon would be a
1,400
good ally. I don't know if anyone's actually. We'll talk about it once off stream.
Fair enough, fair
Yeah.
enough.
Alrighty. So, do you want to say goodbye? So shall I?
You there?
All right. As always, guys, it's a pleasure to hang out with you. I
Mm-hmm.
was saying on Sunday that it feels so good for us to know that you guys are watching, that you are going through the adventure with us, and it's like it makes us feel very happy. It's really cool. Thanks once more to James RPG Art for his amazing pictures that are displayed on our intro. Also, Darren Curtis for the music, and of course, you guys, our amazing cast. You are the best. That's very nice. Thank you for being so good. Yeah, that was fucking amazing. And thanks to Mo once more as well. And we'll see you all next week at same time around 6:45, 7 for more mysteries and see where things take us. And if you want to watch our previous episodes that are not on Twitch, please go to our YouTube channel and give us a follow there as well. We have all our previous episodes from Curse of Strat and all these ones here. So we upload them on Wednesdays. So from Wednesday evening, they will be there.
All
And
right.
have a good week. And thank you again. And good night, everybody.
Good
Yay!
night.